Welcome to the Rusted Garden Homestead. This video is all about mid-season care, saving your really beat up and diseased tomato plants. Now, it's been a terrible 10 days here. You may hear chainsaws in the background. We've had back-to-back storms, high winds, hail, crazy heat, humidity. My garden is really beat up. The tomatoes look particularly terrible, actually. I started spraying them 2 days ago with hydrogen peroxide. So I'm going to show you three things today. How to use hydrogen peroxide to literally clean the leaves and kill the fungus on your tomato plants. You spray it on, in about 24 hours at most, that hydrogen peroxide is gone. It's not protecting your plant anymore. It's actually cleaning the leaf. Then we're going to hit the plants with a water-soluble fertilizer, get them the nitrogen they need to grow the new leaves, and then we'll talk about putting on an antifungal that stays on the leaves. However, we've been having rain every day. Those antifungals aren't going to stay on there, so hydrogen peroxide really makes a difference on treating the fungal issues on your vegetable plant leaves. We're going to use basic hydrogen peroxide, 3%, 32 ounces, bought at Walmart, only $1 a bottle. The spray that I make goes into a gallon container, and I write on there the dosing. 4 to 6 ounces per gallon for just kind of a general maintenance. 6 to 8 ounces for an outbreak. I'll talk about how I spray that in the video. Some people use less hydrogen peroxide. If you've not used it before, you really have to test spray. That's on you. Start with the lower amount, 4 ounces in 1 gallon of water. You spray the tomato leaves. We'll be going over that. And then finally, I'm going to hit it with some water-soluble AgroThrive. I'm affiliated with them. You can find the video in the video description. You can find the links. It's a great water-soluble fertilizer, which means the N, P, and K are going to get right to the plant and help them recover. Let's get started with taking a look at the tomato plants and talking about the hydrogen peroxide spray. Again, H2O2 is a leaf cleaner. It does not stay on the leaf. Here's one of my tomato plants, and you can see in the wheelbarrow, completely filled with water. This is how much rain fell in 2 days. So the plants are swamped. It's causing some yellowing. There's fungal issues. Here's another tomato plant, and you can see the discoloration of the leaves. And at this point, it becomes hard to tell. Is this a nutritional thing going on because there's too much water? The leaves are beat up from hail hitting them. There's discolorations in there. Maybe there's some insects, and things just look really bad. Instead of trying to figure out what's going on, because I know the basics, nature, water, heat, hail has damaged the plants. They're going to get the water-soluble fertilizer. The spray is going to be hydrogen peroxide, and I just soak the leaves. The hydrogen peroxide will clean the leaf, as I was saying. It goes away very quickly. Sunlight breaks the hydrogen peroxide into water and oxygen. You want to spray the undersides. And this is just a great way to stop an outbreak of a fungus. Because this comes and goes so quickly, it doesn't protect the plant. Like a baking soda spray would be great, or a copper spray would be great. We're getting rain every day. That will wash off a lot of that. So I like to treat problematic plants that have an outbreak or issues going on with the hydrogen peroxide right away. Typically, what I recommend is a higher amount of hydrogen peroxide in a gallon of water, 6 to 8 ounces. And then what I've been recommending for years is spray day 1, skip a day, spray day 2, skip a day, spray day 3. That's 3 days of using the hydrogen peroxide just to stop the fungus. And then you go into using the baking soda or the copper spray or the antifungal after that. If it's going to be raining every day, and I want to stress that, the antifungals aren't going to work. Use the hydrogen peroxide. Here's the basic, you can see how soaked my ground is too. Hydrogen peroxide, I use 4 to 6 ounces of hydrogen peroxide for a maintenance dose. 6 to 8 ounces for an outbreak. For a kind of a maintenance spraying, every 7 to 14 days, hit these with 4 to 6 ounces of hydrogen peroxide. That really does keep the leaf clean. Now, I spent a lot of time explaining how I use the hydrogen peroxide. It's really important that you test spray before you spray an entire plant. So test spray would be something like this, really soak a good portion of the plant, and then wait 24 hours. Look for any kind of damage. If there is no damage, continue with your spraying. Let's look at more problematic tomato plants. I mostly worry about indeterminate tomatoes, the tomatoes that keep growing through the season. These are some of my determinate varieties, which means they get to a set height, they do most of their flowering, and they set fruit over a couple-week period. They tend to die out. You know, after they set the fruit, they're going to start turning yellow, the leaves die back. That's just a natural pattern. However, with all this humidity and rain and such, I still want to spray the determinate tomatoes. They're just going to get beat up and they won't recover like your indeterminates when you give them the water soluble and you take care of them. They just naturally break down. So I just want to clarify, you know, the difference between the indeterminate tomatoes and the determinate type. But a quick spray will help keep them going until they set all the fruit, and then they naturally die off. My shade cloth all got blown off the plants. I mean, the winds were really up to 50, 60, 70 miles an hour. I mean, it was crazy. It's called bursts, where it's a straight shot of wind that comes through and can cause damage. The plants here are starting to recover. I've changed up my spraying routine. This is an experiment. I don't expect you to follow this right now. But 2 days ago, they were hit with 8 ounces. Yesterday with 6 ounces, and today with 4 ounces. I'm just trying a different way to do it. But typically speaking, for an outbreak, I do 6 to 8 ounces day 1, skip a day, spray again day 3, skip a day, spray again on day, what would that be, 5? 1, 3, and 5. That should take care of the outbreak. And you can see lots of leaves are dying off. I don't really remove the leaves. You can do that. I do remove leaves on the bottom to keep soil splash, but I get these fungal issues every year. Hydrogen peroxide really helps them. Last 10 days being brutal really hasn't helped because the antifungal sprays aren't staying on. And again, you just get in and you really soak everything. What you're looking for an active outbreak, let's see if I see any on here. I mean, you're looking for these patterns on the stem. There's kind of the blotching dark color on there. We'll get to some more that actually show the virus. No, it's not a virus. Hydrogen peroxide, antifungals don't work on viral issues that are inside the plant. They only work on fungal issues, stuff that sits on the leaves, the stems, or on the tomatoes. So I do, again, want to just spray everything really, really well. You gotta hear again the chainsaws and the chippers in the background. We just have so many fallen trees. So here's an example of what a fungal outbreak looks like. It's really important to know. When you have these, let's get it in focus. When you have, there we go, these brown spots, it's actually circles within circles, concentric circles, and you see this yellow halo around there. That is a fungal outbreak. That's an active fungus. Probably, you know, some sort of a leaf spot. It's important to identify it just kind of for fun to know what you get, but all the fungal issues, no matter which one, are going to be treated the same way. So I've got the fungal issue going on. You can see it right over there. And again, I've been spraying. When the fungus has been killed off, you're just going to have brown spots. The yellow halo is gone. When the yellow halo is gone, that's how you know the fungus is no longer active. The brown spots are fine. Yellow halo is bad. So this guy has to get, you know, sprayed again. There are lots of tomatoes forming. That's not really an issue, but this compounded 10 days of heat over 95 degrees Fahrenheit, humidity, storms, have just beat the heck out of them. The good news is the plants are growing and wanting to come back, and you know, we just have to stick to the routine to take care of them. The lower leaves are usually infected first with the fungus and they work their way up the plant. Also, when you have die-off, you know, too much water in the soil, maybe it's taking some oxygen from the roots, the bottom leaves die off. As leaves die off, they're weaker. They can't defend off the fungus. So very often that's where the fungi attaches and grows. And you can see, you know, the active fungus on these leaves. There are some brown spots, like right over my thumb, that don't have the yellow halo or a light halo around it. It's starting to work. The hydrogen peroxide is starting to work. You can see the brown dots there, less of a halo. And when you go up the plant, it's looking better. We are just trying to arrest the spread of the fungus, get nutrients to the plants, and they're going to be okay. Remember, indeterminate tomatoes continue to grow. They're going to send out new suckers from the side when the plant is healthy. You can retrain them upwards, create new big production stems from the suckers, and in 2 or 3 weeks, these plants are going to be doing really well if we stop the fungal outbreak. This section of tomatoes is really beat up. Different varieties will look differently. These are cherry tomatoes. Lots of yellowing leaves, which is not necessarily the fungal issue, but weaker leaves again get attacked by the fungus more easily. The plants in here are going to be okay, but they do have to be sprayed. The sprayer that I'm using is just a basic 1 gallon sprayer from Home Depot. It says HDX. It's just the Home Depot brand, about 15 bucks. If you want to check out my Amazon shop, I have a lot of sprayers, antifungal sprays, and all that kind of stuff attached there to kind of help you shop a little bit easier. You know, I'm not really affiliated with them either way. They're just examples of things that you can buy to work on, you know, the issues that we're treating today. So check out my Amazon shop. The link is in the video description. So these guys got to get sprayed. Next, we'll get to the water-soluble fertilizer. Here's a little example of what I'm talking about. As we're stopping the fungal issues and the nutritional issues on this plant, making it healthier, down at the bottom, a sucker's coming up and it looks pretty good. There's another one back there. So we're really treating the plant, again, to stop the issues. And these lower guys, these suckers will turn into full production stems, and I'll just, you know, trellis them up the stake here, and it will replace a lot of the damaged stems. You know, maybe later I'll do some pruning, but right now, I don't want to take off a lot of leaves. This is just my preference. The fungal issues are going to be stopped with your sprays. Removing the leaves isn't going to do anything because the fungal spores are on the clean leaves. They're all over the place. I just leave them on there. I don't want to cause any more stress on the plants, remove more leaves, create more stress. I'm just letting them do their thing. That water-soluble fertilizer is now going to help them get back on track. Here are some tomato plants that I was actually able to hit with the spray 7 to 10 days ago before I went away for a while. I just had the time, was able to get a quick spray in this area and some other places. They look pretty good. I mean, there's a lot less issue down at the bottom. The fungus is still there, but that maintenance spraying every 7, 10, 14 days, depending on how bad the disease pressure is in your area for the fungus, really makes a difference with the hydrogen peroxide. Again, that's sprayed on and then it's gone, really at most within 24 hours. The baking soda spray, the copper spray we'll talk about after we get to the water-soluble fertilizer, but I just wanted to show you how some of the plants look that we're taking care of a little bit better than the other ones you saw, the ones that I basically neglected. All my tomatoes are pretty much fed the same way and treated the same way, except for the example I just showed you where some plants got a spray, other ones didn't. This is a indigo rose. This tomato plant is really beat up. Lots of leaf coverage with the fungal issues going all the way up to the top. This plant got it really bad because the other plants are doing relatively okay. Any plant that I put in tomato-wise that really gets impacted by the fungus or doesn't do well, I stop growing. So this guy had a chance. It was a new variety, and it's not doing well. So I'm not going to grow this again. If you have certain plants that are doing really well with the fungal issues or weather issues you have in your area, make notes. And those are the plants that you want to grow, obviously, year to year. Remove the ones that just struggle and don't do well. And please subscribe and follow me. The next video I'll be doing in a couple days is cucumber care. How do you keep cucumbers producing the entire season in your garden? Part of that is continually planting, but this guy looks great. There's some nice cucumbers in there. And I did have my corn blow over from the storm, and you can see that I made a netting and kind of just propped it back up. The storm here, the weather has been really, really bad. Next is the water-soluble fertilizer. That's to help really get the plant back on track. Any water-soluble is going to work. I recommend an organic, and I recommend AgroThrive. You can find them in my video description. It's a wonderful organic water-soluble fertilizer. Now, we've had a lot of rain, and you might feel like, you know, adding in a water-soluble is going to cause more harm than good. It really isn't. We're not putting in a ton, so I just wanted to show you how much we're really pouring on there. And you're just going to get in, and you're going to do a quick soak around the root zone just like that. And that's going to be plenty of nutrients to get this plant back on track. When, you know, it stops raining, things are back on track weather-wise, you can hit them again in about 7 days, 10 days, 14 days, whatever you want to do. But this initial feeding, you're putting it throughout the whole root zone. Tomato plants send out roots a good 2 feet, shallow surface roots. We want to make sure that the plant can pull in a lot of nitrogen and other nutrients and just get back on track. So I'm going to go and do this for all of my plants. That's the second thing that you want to do. Just a quick plug for our new Grow Fab fabric pots. They're in stone gray and in brown. On June 26th, I did a video on starting a summer garden. You can do that now. You have plenty of time here in Maryland Zone 7. But if you're interested in growing in fabric pots, I'm selling 10-gallon, 20-gallon fabric pots in the brown and the gray. Just go to my shop, therustedgarden.com, and pick up your fabric pots. So the final step is spraying your antifungal. It's another humid day. I'm starting to sweat. It's just ridiculous. I mean, it's just perfect for all these fungal issues to attack your plants. So I'm doing a hydrogen peroxide first. Again, that stays on for, let's just call it a day. Your antifungal spray, baking soda spray, check out my videos. You can find, information on how to make your own baking soda spray. You can do a sulfur spray, you can do a copper spray. Whatever one you pick, the antifungal stays on the leaves and prevents the fungus from attaching and doing its thing. Now, if it's going to be raining, you don't want to put your antifungal down. If you just sprayed the H2O2, the hydrogen peroxide, wait at least 24 hours. You don't want to put sprays on top of sprays. That can damage the leaves. But once you spray the antifungal down, it's really good for 7 to 14 days. If you get a lot of rain in between, you're going to have to reapply it. Depending on what you use, some stays on the leaves better. That's really your choice. But the antifungal spray is going to be sprayed to stay on here. That's 7 to 14 days, meaning you'll have to respray at some point to keep the fungus from establishing. The hydrogen peroxide is used to clean the leaf. I usually do a combination of both, but nowadays, for the last several years, I've just been using the hydrogen peroxide more regularly to just keep the fungus off, and it's been working for me. And in Maryland, we really have fungal issues with our tomato plants. Thanks so much for watching. Please check out my seed shop at therustedgarden.com. I sell tomato and pepper seeds, $1.75 a pack. All other seeds are only $1.50. And you can pick up the Grow Fab pots now in stone gray and in brown, 10, 20 gallons at the same place. And it's okay to be suspicious of this guy saying use hydrogen peroxide. Follow me. I'll show you how these plants do over the next couple of weeks. 90% of them are going to survive and just be fine. It's always good to be skeptical. Always test spray any new sprays before you put them all over your garden plants. And again, thanks so much for watching.